Said it's your boy, P Original, Mr. Influential. Hot topic conversation, stimulate your mental. Two cool brothers, same father, same mother. If you're looking for a show like this, you'll never find another. Why? Cause it's the Porch Podcast, so come on. Yeah, so it's the Porch Podcast. Yup, so it's the Porch Podcast, so come on. Yeah, so it's the Porch Podcast. Let's go.
To the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy, DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
P Original, baby. Welcome back, y'all. You know, as we say each and every week, you know, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
New week.
New episode.
Yes, sir. Episode number
231.
My man been firing, baby.
231.
It was a time. It was a time. It was a time.
231.
But we're going to talk about now. We ain't going to dwell on the past. 231 episodes of your favorite podcast, the Porch Podcast. It's a new one, and we're here to get it done. As always, man, you know, brother, I'd like to know, man, how's your week? No, matter of fact, specifically, I know there was parts of your week that led up to Easter.
Yeah.
But as a whole, Easter included, how was your week?
It was cool. You know, throughout the week, just regular 9 to 5, and it was off Friday, Good Friday.
It's always good.
You know what I mean? And did an event, shout out happy birthday, and congratulations, Tosh. She it's her birthday party, and she also her boyfriend proposed to her right there.
Awesome. Congratulations across the board, little sis. Birthday. You know what I mean? And on the engagement. That's what's up. That's what's up. You know Shout out to y'all.
So then I just went home. I kicked back watching. I was heavy watching YouTube.
Okay.
Over the weekend.
Got a little time just to do a little research.
I was doing a lot of little research. And Saturday, we've been going to the gym, though. Matter of fact, I'll get to that in a minute. But Saturday...
Y'all smell it?
Yeah. Oh, nah.
Jim kicking his behind.
Nah, it's not. I got a little icy out of my body, but you know what I mean?
Jim's winning.
But it's not that, though. It's not from that. I know it's not from that. Because I ain't been doing a lot of strength training. I was just doing mad cardio.
Let me ask you this. Were you putting icy hot on before the gym?
No, I felt the pinch before the gym.
You weren't putting icy hot on.
Nah, yes, I was.
I just asked you. You said no.
I said I felt the pinch before the gym.
After you said no. You said no. I felt the pinch.
The gym. It's not from
All
the gym.
right, okay.
I promise you it's not.
Yeah, you don't have to promise me anything.
I slept wrong, man.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I slept wrong.
Okay.
I tore it up.
All right,
and I know exactly what I did.
Well, you know what? Hey, man, you know, icy hot, you know, on the case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so.
You know, Shaq work for Shaq.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got to work for DJ.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah. What was Easter looking like, man?
Easter, so I went up to the church. The church was having, shout out to Change Church, you know, on campus. They was having.
I seen the picture.
Yeah, they was having an event for the children.
That was up.
And while I was DJing, it started raining.
Yeah, you were telling me.
Yeah, so because
you ain't get to really kind of rock out very long at all.
I played one song.
I thought that's what you said, bro.
And then we just shut it down. And we felt, you know, we tried, man, tried to do something nice for them. They always do great stuff for them anyway.
I'm sure.
But they had it, and they had the bounce houses out there. And the kids, it was some of them out there. They was already playing. They kept playing in the rain and everything. Then their mom was like, come on.
Well, that's, you know, kids.
Get in.
You understand, man.
You know,
it's Easter, baby.
I mean, you had the funnel cakes out there. Really? Yeah, brother.
You see no PFO fits? Ain't nothing going on? I check. You know, Easter. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's when we see them.
Yeah.
And the next month is prom season.
Yeah.
I would hope you ain't rocking it, you know, but it might be where your budget is. I don't know.
That's I see no
it is. I mean, you know, we roll right into prom season, so we'll see.
But then I came back and I was watching a lot of videos, man, about barn dominiums. You ever heard of them?
Yes. Yeah, what's the name? Got a super dope one. The brother, oh my gosh, played for Denver. He's still in the league right now. Been in it forever, bruh. Played in that Super Bowl on Denver when they played against Carolina. Von Miller.
Oh, Von Miller. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dope joint. Barn dominium. Yeah. I watched. Look it up on YouTube.
Right.
Look his joint up.
All right.
Crazy.
The one, me and Lee was looking at, the one was called they was calling it a barn dough. They make a dome, so tornadoes is indestructible from tornadoes.
There you go.
It can't do nothing. Like it can't do nothing. Plus dome. Yeah. Plus dome.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
Plus dome, but it's called a barn dough.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, look when you get a chance. Look, they built a nice one. It was like,
I like it. Look like an igloo.
listen, they had 4 different ones,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Built on this one house.
Okay.
And they had in between. It's like you can see like it's like look like a little tunnel, but it's
Yeah.
they hallways, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have to get out of the house to go to each one. You can get it to each way,
Bro.
right? And they had the man cave. Man cave looks super crazy. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, since I told
send
you,
it
I
to
seen
you.
something like that on Doomsday
I
Prepper.
said,
Dude made a
damn.
compound for him and his family.
Right.
And it was somewhere in the Midwest where they get them hurricanes and stuff like that, or tornadoes or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And he had it where they can go from, like his kids, they had their crib on the joint.
Yeah.
But it was underground. They can go to each other's crib.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, bro, they ain't playing. Like, that's dope.
Yeah. And
know what I mean?
a lot of them is in Texas.
Okay, yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense, though.
Yeah, it does.
That makes sense.
So
yeah.
So anyway, though, I was looking at them, and I was also looking into just how to buy land and stuff.
Okay,
You
okay.
know what I mean?
Okay,
You
okay.
know, something,
Good.
just been when we talked about invest. I always talk about investing. It's like, I just got to do it. I just got to do it, or at least do my research. When I mean do it, it's not even just about the bread.
Yeah.
Because you got to be prepared for
Listen,
it. Do
bro,
your
listen,
research
listen.
to see how to do it.
Know so you can go.
Right.
A lot of times when you get an opportunity to go, you
Right.
don't know.
You don't know.
So you apprehensive about moving.
Right.
But if you know, then when the
You can
opportunity
go.
presents itself, then you can go. So know
Yeah.
so you can go.
But guess what? Guess what? Don't do no blow.
It had to happen. And that was
Don't
crazy because I
do
gave
no
y'all a
blow.
really nice little mantra, little slogan, know so you can go, and he put blow in it. Like, and it's just, I try, y'all, every time. But yeah, so
Yeah.
good. That's what's up, though. You had a good week, good holiday.
I really rested a lot, man. Because
Good.
honestly, this pinch nerve been like I be, and it just sit me down.
Got
I
you.
be like, man, I ain't doing nothing. But at the same time, I've been going to the gym and just doing mad cardio. I went this morning
Uh-huh.
before work. I burnt 957 calories before
Good.
work.
That's good.
Yeah, about 5. I got there about 5:05, 5:15 or something.
Yeah. You know, with the work in, you get the benefit.
Yeah,
Don't put no work in, you won't get no benefit.
5:15. What you was doing?
I was asleep, but eat. You know me. You know.
Yeah, you do it the way you do it. I ain't say you wasn't working
2:30,
out.
2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, bro. I got to make myself go to bed.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love it though. I love it. Yeah.
I mean,
that's and you know what I left hand's part of the left.
Yeah.
Right. I know no blow was involved, so that's what I'm proud
right,
of.
let's toast on that because it
That's-
wasn't. Let me get to my weekend too.
That's
That's
usually
the second time blow
that's
came up in
usually-
5 minutes.
That's
of the show.
usually the
This
life
is
of
crazy.
somebody that does blow.
It's not. And how would he know that? Like you just randomly know that.
Tony Montana, you ain't seen the Scarface, man.
And then I never seen the part where it said what time of the morning Tony was up.
It was after the club, so you know it had to be like 2 something in the morning. They was
Hear
in
about
Miami.
my week, man, and my
Nah,
weekend.
I'm just saying.
dog,
Could
man.
you don't agree?
Whether I agree with Tony Montana or not, it was his life. It's irrelevant. But yeah, sure. It was after the club. I guess that's a good way to be able to describe what time it was.
Yeah.
No, it was good, man. Solid week as always, man. Put out some new content, me and the wife, called Dash Dates.
Dash Dates.
You know, shameless plug. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check that out. That's on
Please.
our channel, Triple R Going Far.
Triple R going far.
And look that up, man. It's a cool little series, man. Me and the wife out doing a little door dashing together, and, you know what I mean, combining time with making money with my honey. So, had that jump off this week. A lot of other stuff preparing for. Got this event coming up, me and E. So I want to definitely acknowledge, man, Intellectual Vibes. Poetry, R&B, and Eats. This Saturday, coming right now, what's that, April the 11th?
Yes, sir.
April the 11th. Doors open at 6. Show usually kicks off about 7 p.m. I got to get the address for y'all. But if you've been to any of them.
751. No. That's 714.
He made up an address unnecessarily.
No, it's 14.
I was going to show y'all
it's
that.
1451, I believe. South Olden Avenue.
Trying.
No.
Let me get the real address.
No, I got it. I got it right here. I got it right here.
Please.
Right here, man. I'm telling
Gosh,
you.
I'm trying to tell the people you said
Damn,
them to.
1490 South Olden Avenue.
Okay.
Hamilton,
New Jersey. Listen, man. Dope event. I've been telling y'all, man, grown people, man, like I said. Shout out, I believe the lady Siren or Siren. If I'm saying your name wrong, sis, I apologize, but she's supposed to be there performing. That's going to be dope. Poets definitely want to be in the building. People who love poetry, you want to be in the building. And if you like good food, you want to be in the building.
Once again, doors open at 6, show starts at 7.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And we'll be there, your brothers.
Yes,
from
sir.
The porch. We'll be in the building.
You know what
So
I
I
mean?
definitely wanted to acknowledge that before I forgot. We got too far into the episode. The other thing, too, is I had a great week.
Yeah.
Great week. Like I said, between putting the show out.
Made an address. Oh, my bad, man. That was
nothing. There's an actual address. He didn't even have to make it up. That's crazy.
750.
751. And it's only one of those numbers is actually in the address.
Hey, yo, you know that shit crazy when you about to make yourself cry from laughing.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
So that was crazy. But anyway, you know what I mean? Everything was good leading up to the weekend, man. Easter Sunday. Fantastic. Went over and checked out my in-laws, man. Had another wonderful spread at the crib. Shout out to y'all for having me and the family over. That was awesome. After that, man, just kind of.
Oh yeah, that I ain't mean. I never really talked about Easter though. My bad, not to cut it. But yeah, we had my mother-in-law, father-in-law came over. We had a nice spread as well. You know, I had me a ham, man. I was excited.
Crazy. He forgot about that, but remembered to lie about the address. I try to say, I'm telling y'all, man, E, man, he all right. By the blood. He's fine. So, wow. But I'm glad. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? In-laws came over. They had a good time. Y'all cooked.
We had cooked. Yeah.
Y'all had ham?
I had ham.
You had ham? I didn't.
Yeah.
Some things don't change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Came home, had a good evening, man. Kicked back. Here we are with y'all, man. So it was a wonderful, wonderful week, man. And now we back, me and my brother doing what we love to do.
Yeah.
Back here with you. So, with that being said, brother, I want to get into tonight's episode. We've been starting with a quote of the day.
Quote of the day.
A winner is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. Mm-hmm. Once again, a winner is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others.
Yes.
You agree with that?
Absolutely. 1,000,000%.
Why you agree with it, brother? What you agree about?
Because real winners only trying to convince themselves and prove it to themselves. Not convince, but prove it to themselves.
Yeah, it's achievements.
There you go.
Yeah.
They have a mark that they set for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe was never worried about Mike.
Right. He admired him.
He admired Mike.
He admired him. Admiration is not, yeah.
But what he wanted to instill in himself is nobody is going to ever outwork me.
That's a fact.
That's the same. Yeah. That's the same exact mentality that Mike had.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
But then that Mamba mentality went further. It just was. It surpassed, in my opinion, Mike's. I'm not saying the game. I'm just saying like mentality.
No, you're talking about the mentality.
Yeah. You know
Everything else is statistical.
Right, yeah.
That one thing that you're talking about, the fiber of who they were as people, you will never see that other than just in their face and everything that they put out there.
And I wasn't even the biggest Kobe fan.
You don't have to be.
Yeah.
I told you.
You can still see it. I
had to respect him.
Exactly.
Whether he was on my team or not, which he wasn't.
Right.
But I had to respect his efforts.
Yeah.
If nothing else, Carmelo and all them guys used to say the stories all the time about it. How he would beat them in the gym, and usually one of the first to hear and one of the last to leave.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing. I bring that up because first and foremost, you know what I mean. Yesterday was the women's NCAA championship, and UCLA defeated South Carolina Gamecocks. And
congratulations to
UCLA.
Oh.
And I wanted to start there. Yes, it is tonight. Yes, UCLA. And I wanted to start off with that because I wanted to say, because we just had the conversation about the quote of the day, man, what it was. There was an incident that took place, I believe, Friday, between Dawn Staley and Gino.
Gino from UConn.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're
I
familiar
will
with the
beat
situation.
Gino's ass. That's exactly what she said.
Oh, is that what she said?
Yes.
Okay.
You thought I was saying that?
I thought that's how you felt. I mean, so I was.
No, she said it.
No, I'm not denying.
Yeah, she said it, and she should have said it. Yeah, I agree with her, but that was just me saying, yeah, I seen it. You know, I seen the whole exchange.
So I mean, I did a little research on all of it. You know what I mean? Just where I want to go in the conversation with me. You know, my brother.
Right.
Unfortunately, man, when I first seen that, I said, you know, the saddest part about this is the game is going to get overshadowed. Right? The game's going to get overshadowed. He since that time has apologized. Mm-hmm. But it was one of those things where I believe the apology was, I'm not going to say it wasn't sincere, but I think it was encouraged. If you understand what I'm saying. I don't know if that was really what he wanted to do or what he really had to do.
Right.
Right? And his thing was, just to give some context, because most people went right to, myself included, how they felt about how when we seen him, the way he was talking, and his finger was all in her face, I think that for the most part, we all felt some type of way. Mm-hmm. Right? Because first and foremost, as a man, mm-hmm. I have an issue with that. Mm-hmm. Regardless of color. We just happen to be African-American brothers. But I had an issue with, even if you felt like whatever was transpiring or had happened bothered you, you're on one of the biggest stages in front of a crowd of people, or in front of the world of people to see, and you can't keep your composure. UConn is an exceptional program. They won a lot of different things, championships and stuff. Gino's been coaching, he said, over 41 years. But that behavior that he displayed that night, when he did what he did, and them even having a history that they had, I felt like that was a little more. Like that was a little deep. That was a little sore loser kind of element to me that I saw in that situation. You know what I mean? I think Dawn handled it pretty well, even though she was frustrated in the moment because she was, I think, surprised by his behavior. And, you know, even though they won, I feel like South Carolina kind of got robbed. Not that game in a sense, but I think that they didn't even get a chance to really celebrate what they had accomplished because it got overshadowed by that foolishness that took place at the end of the game.
Yeah. But Dawn Staley spoke with her. She said she's not going to allow that. You know, somebody asked her the question, how does it feel? Or something.
She said she would address it later. Because what she wanted to do, in my opinion, I'm not in her mind, but what she wanted to do was, in so many words, I'm focused on
the championship.
Yeah. I know you guys want answers for that, right?
Yeah.
Which is what I said. Even after the championship, she said, when they lost yesterday, I told you guys I will address that at a later time. And at some point or another, I know people even are, because you got to remember, narratives are created off of usually the outside. You know what I mean? They come up with different things. And it's unfortunate because, once again, them sisters, man, that played yesterday in the national championship, I think the narrative gets spin funny because of what took place on Friday. And I just think that that's a tough situation, man. And I didn't really appreciate that, man. That didn't look good.
Nah.
That didn't look good. You know what I mean? Of course, you've seen a bunch of the brothers, man. Stephen A., you know, he did his thing. He jumped all over that situation. Felt like the apology was not official. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that, you know, it's a tough thing to deal with. Like I just said, in relation to the whole situation about the quote of the day, you know, when they're being motivated by the desire to win, to achieve, not by the desire to beat, you know, others. So I don't think that was cool, man. I don't think that. How you feel about it? You know,
I agree.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate how it looked, cool. Man.
Well, you know what's crazy? Because when I seen it, I no longer paid it any mind because what she stated. Once I seen her right after that interview saying she addressed that later day, she focused on the championship, my mind went with her with that. Regardless of what everybody else was saying, because you know you still going to hear noise about it because it didn't get addressed yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My mind went with hers.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the whole thing about it, just the fact that as a man talking to a woman like that, period. I ain't like that.
I thought the excuse was lame.
Yeah.
He was saying that, I guess supposedly it's a thing where before the game starts, both head coaches meet at the center of the court and they shake hands.
Yeah.
That he said he went out there, he waited for like 3 minutes. She never came out to the center court to shake hands.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you got that situation, unless I'm mistaken, came at the end of the game when you did what you did.
Yeah.
So that means that you carried that feeling the whole game?
Yep.
That you was mad because of the fact that you didn't turn around and get a handshake at the beginning of it?
They lost.
Come on. So don't do that, man. Like, if you're going to apologize, be a man about the situation and be apologetic about the fact that I overreacted.
You know what? The first thing I want to do is state that I overreacted.
Absolutely.
Apologize for my behavior towards Dawn.
Yeah.
She's a remarkable person.
Absolutely.
And then the person would say, "Oh, okay, I think that was a little genuine, but you shouldn't have did that shit anyway."
Bro, you coaching young women.
Right.
And they watching their coach be in the face of another woman a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Now, if for no other reason, that just don't make sense, even as a head coach who becomes somewhat like, and they'll say all the time, a father figure type of person in their life. Mm-hmm. Especially during those later years before they get ready to go to the professional sports. Not everybody's not going to the league, but for those who are really talented and they look towards him for guidance and all that kind of stuff, and you get in, it took him. You see that woman that had to come and break that situation up. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But we live in a world right now.
That's why she said I would beat. She got mad. I'll beat Gino's ass.
Right. Yeah. But what happens? Right. What happens
like
is
3-4 times. I'm like, go ahead, swing on.
Yeah, but she already said. She said she's from North Philly. The projects in North Philly, like, and I understand, sis, because there's a part of her that needs to respond, but there's another part of her that understands that we have to play from a different set of rules as far as professionalism, and that's not me being funny. That's me being real.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So I think it speaks volumes for her character.
Absolutely.
I think that Gino is human. So I mean, do you hold his feet to the fire forever? No.
Nah.
But hopefully he doesn't, have those kind of moments where it looks like on display to me that he just couldn't handle losing.
Well, here's the thing. You're not going to see another apology. So regardless if we believe it's official or not.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to kind of live with that part movement. But you just look at it and just feel that you really hope that he did learn from that and say, man, like genuinely in his heart, like I really was wrong.
Yeah.
I may not want to show accountability completely the way people think I should have.
Yeah.
And I think I did well enough because it's all on him. But I do need to check myself a little bit.
Absolutely.
Just from the fact of what you just stated about how he was talking to her, and you got to realize what she is first. She's a coach. If it was another man, it wouldn't be having this conversation.
Nah, we'd be like, yo, they was just swole, or whatever
like,
it is.
See, he was
yeah.
But like you said, you're coaching young women. They said the most important thing about a college sports coach is more than them winning and these people achieving these goals.
That's right.
Is make them better men or women.
Yeah, better humans, just people.
That's what they know because they're going to be linked with these people.
Absolutely.
Forever.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you, man, people like Coach K, Dean Smith, all of them, they didn't just remember certain players. They remember every player that they coached.
And every one of them players that remember them speaks highly of how they impacted their life going forward
John
from
Thompson.
that point. Come on.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I talk about him like, are you serious?
Yeah.
How he saved him, basically.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that, like to me, when you got 41 years, I don't care what business you're in, you've seen enough wins and losses to have a better composure about yourself. And I think that he had to think about that later on. Yeah, I was bugging. I was mad. We got outplayed. It looks bad on me.
Right.
We lost, and I got to deal with it.
Right.
And that's a shame because, like UCLA, that was their first national championship, I guess, women since 1978. You know what I'm saying? Their first one. They turn around and they won that. And the worst part about it is this. Yeah. The worst part about it is this. You're not going to be able to talk about them winning the championship without talking about what happened between Dawn and Gino. And that's a shame. That's a shame because that moment doesn't get celebrated because of foolishness.
For UCLA.
For UCLA don't get to celebrate in the same light, in my opinion. Can they make it happen? Yeah, they make it happen. Yeah, we're gonna make it. But you can't tell that story.
Oh yeah, that's gonna always, because it makes sad to say, but 10 years from now when they make a documentary out of it, it makes the twist. It's a good story to tell.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Because then it looks like South Carolina wasn't up to speed because what took place on Friday, the heads wasn't in the game, and they're going to create that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I just think that's a shame. So
man, we should just produce it now.
What's that? The dot?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely see.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, we all on the move, y'all. I got something for y'all today that's going to make you go wow when you see it. I got something that, because you got to travel anyway, you're on the move, whether it's business or leisure or whatever it may be, right here. Right here. Super dope bag from a super dope company called Ugly Duckling. Makes men and women apparel, top-notch stuff, quality stuff. Let me stop talking about it and let y'all see the bag. That's really what you want to see anyway, right? First off, can we talk about how it come in a nice little netted bag here? You know what I mean? I think that's pretty good. Logo on the front right here, Ugly Duckling. Can we look at the quality of the stitching? Look at the stitching, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now you check this out. You see how you got the swan? Yeah, that's nice, right? We're going to take our time. We're going to turn around and hit it with this right here. Bam! See that on the back? They ain't sparing no expense. Bam! Look at this in the back. Huh? I didn't put that on there. That's part of it, bruh. That's part of it. That's part of what it comes with. Look at the style. They want to make you... Ugly Duckling. Oh, Ugly Duckling. Yeah, that's who made this right here. Yeah, uglyduckling.com. Oh, yeah, got this. And a whole bunch of other stuff. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I ain't going to keep no secrets from y'all when I find a company that do it right. Huh? It's only right that I share this with y'all. So you make sure, if you're in the market right now for some top quality apparel, i.e., look at my young vet salute, Jersey Cat apparel, and now, Ugly Duckling. Make sure y'all go check them out, man. Check that website out. I'm telling y'all, man. You're going to love it. All right? That's all I got to say about that. But make sure y'all go to today for this bag and all the other super dope stuff they got. Y'all be good. I got a trip I'm on. I'll see y'all later. Get y'all bag. I got mine. Peace, man.
There's a lot going on right now, period, in the sports, celebrity world.
Yes, sir.
All these different things. Hey, man. Are the rich and famous losing their minds, man? Let me be specific, okay?
Yeah.
Let me be specific. What made Tiger Woods allegedly call Donald Trump after he flipped over his Range Rover and they locked him up for a DUI?
I ain't know that.
Okay, this just happened. This is what I'm saying.
I know he did all that. And he flipped the car and all that.
So the body cam called Trump allegedly.
Big Don.
Yeah. So they supposedly they've been friends for years. You know what I mean? And at one point or another, it may be currently now, he may be dating Donald Trump's, I guess, ex-daughter-in-law, Vanessa Trump. I believe that's her name.
Okay.
And, so they got this kind of relationship. So, what happened, based on you seen the body cam stuff or whatever, he had the situation. And
I ain't see the body cam.
Yeah, it's all on YouTube. It's everywhere. He went to walk off, so you can talk to him. They Tiger. Can't be stepping off too far, dog. Like, you got going back this way, he came back. Oh, okay, I was on the phone with Don.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out Don who.
I was on the phone with Don.
Donnie T. Donnie Valon. They said that they never heard Trump's voice, but he wanted to make a point to say it. I guess because it's kind of like, my homie a cop, you know what I mean, type of situation. You trying to, and they like, yeah, okay, come on over here, man. Now, mind you, it's a big deal with that whole situation. Supposedly, everything was cool on the what's the name test, sobriety joint, on the scene, but then he refused to give him blood or something like that. It got weird once they got him down to the police station and everything like that. But of course, they get the worst screenshots of recordings.
Yeah.
They'll have him, all crazy.
He was sitting in the cop car like,
Yeah. And they was like, listen, bro, like, supposedly they found some pills or something that he had, man.
Why are we laughing at this?
Well,
shit?
I don't think we're laughing at him because we want
we're
his
not.
brother to be well. But I
We're
think
laughing
the fact
at this.
well, you just imagine it. Okay, all right. He's coming. They trying to figure out who he on the phone with, and you
talking to die.
the president of the United States. Like,
I'm talking to
Oh
die.
yeah, he bodied. Yeah, come on. I know. You ain't got to blow on that breathalyzer. I know you gone. You talking about you was talking to Donald Trump. Get him in the ride, man. It's over with. Yeah.
Was he really talking to Donnie?
So I want to know. I mean, this is where this story. See how that story did that?
Yeah.
It was less about Tiger in that point and more about who he was on the phone with.
Olivia Pope fixed it.
Well, leads me to another question.
Right.
You know what I mean? We'll address that question a little bit later. But that's one celebrity. Okay. We got to figure out what's going on with our celebrities, man. I think they think that they're a little bit, above certain things being a part of real life, right? Puka Nakua, okay?
Oh, man.
Why he bite that woman?
I don't know, man. He was hungry.
Supposedly he bit this woman.
Hopefully she's okay.
And either he or she made an anti-Semitic. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. I think.
I'll check with him. That sounds about right. Anti-Semitic. Yeah, we got confirmation. But supposedly that was a statement. Let me ask you something, man. This is definitely not making light of what's going on. What could a person say to you that could piss you off to the point where you bite them? You just bite them in the shoulder.
Who said he was pissed off? See, you missing it.
What am I missing?
Bro, she might have told him to bite her. And to spin the lawsuit so it don't happen. Allegedly. Yeah. This is all alleged.
Alleged.
Yeah. Alleged. Yeah. She said, bite me like Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield and he missed. And he hit the shoulder blade.
So let me ask you, if a woman, obviously this don't apply to you in real life, but hypothetically, if a woman wanted you to bite her, just randomly, she say, bite me, would you bite her?
Nah.
So if that's your answer, E, how is it ever an available option for anybody else to do that?
Because that's what they do.
That's crazy, E. But I realize one thing.
Growling like dogs and shit.
Because, see, you can be a winner in something and learn a lesson in everything. That's the reality, right? You can win some things, but you're going to learn.
In everything. You should.
You should.
And
in most cases,
you don't.
Maybe your education is delayed.
Yeah, that's what it is. No, but you do learn eventually.
You do. I think that we got to stop thinking that people with dollars and cents got common sense.
There it is.
I think we got to stop thinking that people, just because they can go to the ATM and get crazy, that they don't have.
That's why they can't handle
it. Yeah. Well, I think the rule.
You think the card did the bunny hop?
Do the rules change based on your pocket?
No, hell no. You're still the same human. No matter if I do.
I think the moral and ethical rules stay the same. I think if you do got to come, I'm not saying that it should. I agree with you. Right. I think morally and ethically, no matter how much money you got, there's certain things you just should and should not do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't just, you can call it a joke or whatever, you shouldn't just bite a person even if you're upset about what they're saying.
You should just tell people that you called the president if you didn't.
Right. Because even if it's true. We got that kind of relationship. You call me.
You should.
You Tiger, I don't want to be that. Somebody else is Tiger and somebody else is Don. Okay? Yeah. Even if that's a real relationship.
Right.
Like, that's, like, bro, you ain't supposed to tell them that's who you on the phone with.
Yeah.
Keep it cool.
You know what I'm saying about Officer who we at? Okay, hold on. Hello? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do have Tiger. How you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. Let him go.
Yeah. Flip his car back over.
Yeah.
Like regular. Right.
And then
But
flip the car back over and call AAA.
But I think that's what leads to people
because he can't
not
drive.
having common sense.
Right.
And sometimes I think
They think they're above
have
the
too
law.
much access to things that the average person the average person doesn't have access to, and they think that there are certain things that they're above. And that's why I said more from an ethical perspective, there are certain things that we need to be, everybody need to be held accountable for.
Everything.
Once again, I think that dollars and cents make people forget to use their common sense.
Yeah, it does.
And every now and then, when we talk about wins and lessons, every now and then we get reminded. Yeah, you might, that was nice. You won that championship.
Right.
Rules still apply.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you're supposed to be doing. And if not, as a matter of fact, you're in the public eye more. You should hold yourself to a different standard, a higher standard.
Right.
One more thing, man. This one's kind of tricky. It kind of blew my mind a little bit. I don't know if you knew too much about what's going on right now with that Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane thing. Mm-mm. So allegedly, Pooh Shiesty and 8 other people. I think it's 9 total people. They had a meeting, sat down with Gucci Mane because they wanted, Pooh Shiesty has been adamant about getting out of his deal. Now, he was in federal prison. Mm-hmm. He got out October the 7th. The situation took place allegedly maybe about a week or so ago. Supposedly, he went inside of this building.
Cool.
Pooh Shiesty and 8 or it's either 8 accomplices, or that's what they kind of referred to, the other people that was with him. Mm-hmm. They went in there, held Gucci Mane at gunpoint, wound up getting charged, and forced him to sign a release of his contract. Supposedly, they wound up getting charged for kidnapping and robbery. Kidnapping and robbery was because even though they didn't take him physically away, like in a van type of situation, they wouldn't let him leave, and they moved him from room to room. They wouldn't, They wouldn't let him leave. So not only did they force him to sign the release, suppose they took some jewelry, some money, some other things. And one of the things that was this social media thing, we keep talking about it, bro. On social media, maybe a couple hours later, some of the people who were a part of the situation on Facebook were showing the things that they had taken, the jewelry and all that kind of stuff. They were like flaunting it, which is mind-blowing to me because of the fact that we now live in a world where everything is publicized. Even the negative. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, negative in a sense, period. But, that's just not smart.
No.
It ain't not only is it not the right thing to do.
Right.
It's not the smart thing to do. You know the most disappointing part out of all of that for me?
What's that?
One of the 9 of all of them, total of them, was allegedly his pop. And bro, when I read that, I was like, his dad?
That's crazy.
That's sad on so many levels.
Yeah.
His father allegedly was one of the people who were a part of it. Now, I don't know about for you, but for me, I ain't gonna call it scary, but it's concerning. Well, we live in a day and time where you can't even turn around and be mindful enough to say, son, this ain't the move. Even if you feel like you need to get out of your contract.
The same age as us.
But even so, we wouldn't have taken that route.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's insane.
We would have found out from our sons the same way everybody else found on the news. Wait a minute, what? My phone, let me call him, see what's... Yeah. What kind of world we living in, E? where celebrities.
Ain't gonna say it.
No, say it, brother. Because can't nobody explain it the way that you going to explain it. What you,
That's where we at. That's the kind of world we live in. Powderland.
Powderland.
Yeah. First you had the Powder Rangers. See, people keep forgetting about it. That's
sorry,
what the
I'm
Power
sorry,
Rangers
I'm sorry.
was.
I'm sorry, yo.
It was really the Powder
I
Rangers.
apologize. I didn't.
And the reason, but then we laughed them away because they wanted to break dance and do wild kicks and all that type of stuff. We laughed them out right off of TV. They was trying to fight against this powder land that we in now. That fairy dust is everywhere right now. that was funny. I went freestyle that whole shit.
There's the right way and the wrong way to do anything.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the right way and the wrong way to do anything, even
Right.
if you felt like, it was a situation that you were in a bad contract situation. There's another way that you could have taken that approach. Quite sure there could have been all kind of lawyers that you could have dealt with. That being said, talking about wins and lessons, man. I don't know how to say it any clearer. Don't count the days, make the days count. Let's do that.
Right.
As Mom used to say it all the time.
All the time.
I just told you, and not to be funny, I told you Tiger Woods, Puka Nakua, you know what I'm saying? Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Man, all that type of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. These are all people who we should be looking up to for doing amazing, wonderful things, right? Mm-hmm. Tiger Woods was a champion in golf. And now he's all the way reduced down to the guy who called allegedly Donald Trump on the phone after going through flipping over his vehicle.
That ain't the first time we flipped him.
No, it's not.
Right.
Which is crazy because, you thought he was on a path of redemption, but then you kind of still doing the same things that you was doing, which is wild, right? Now I'm going to ask you something. Maybe this is an unfair question. I got to ask it this way, though. Do you think, because both of them wound up, from what I understand, Puka wound up going to rehab, Tiger is out of the country in rehab. Has rehab become the new scapegoat? Or is it a situation where it was always a cry out for help, but unfortunately it's coming now after they do the things that they do, so it looks like it's an scapegoat?
Yep. Second one.
And that's sad, because this is why, bro, when we have them conversations about why we as a culture, people won't go get help, it's because even when our stars and our celebrities need help, we don't see it until they go through something. Mm-hmm. They don't voluntarily go and get the help before the situation comes.
They don't just go in. They have to go through something and it gets big, and then it's like, I'm going to do this so I don't go to jail.
And so that becomes, in my opinion, right. This is how you get out of the jail situation, right? You go in there and you say, yo, man, I need some help. And that could be true. Like we say all the time, two things can be true.
Yeah.
Right? They do really need
three,
help.
too.
You know what I mean? Yeah. There could be more than one truth involved in any situation.
Yeah.
But as opposed to going and get the help, because I don't care what nobody say, for Tiger to be in his situation the way he was, Tiger clearly needed help. Thank God nobody was seriously injured in that accident or anything like that, but he clearly needs help.
Yeah.
Like we were saying before, even in the situation, I know we make light about a lot of stuff on the show, not because we don't take it seriously, but because of the fact that that's just our personality. But the situation with Puka, you in a position to change not only your life, but your family's life and all of that. And whatever took place, this is what you do.
Right.
So now you go to rehab. I don't even know what you're going to rehab for. But whatever it is, if it changes you, God bless you. That's a wonderful thing that it changes you and it makes you do better. Mm-hmm. But I think that's part of the reason why when we go through certain things in life, as long as we win, we feel like we can do whatever we want to do over here.
There it is.
And we got to figure out that right there can't be the way to think. That can't be the way to live. That as long as I win, no matter what else happens in my life, you got to just focus on my wins. This is why when the wins and the losses, we don't call them that, we call them wins and lessons. And it's one of those things in life, you gon' learn.
You gonna learn.
You gonna learn, but just understand, you also a part of other people's learning.
Yeah.
There was somebody who was aspired to be the next Tiger Woods. That's probably looking now like, I don't know.
Yeah. But they shouldn't want to be the next Tiger Woods.
They should want to be the original first of whoever they are.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying
because
is
they're gonna let you down.
Well,
even the word says that. Don't put your trust in man. Put your trust in God, because man will let you down.
That's a fact. That's a fact, unfortunately, because we're human, right? But what I'm saying is there's a difference, in my opinion, between making a mistake and getting caught doing what you knew was going to be an issue.
Yeah, but they still human. So that at the end of the day, they chose them.
Right. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is when you make, you know how it is, when you make a mistake, bruh, and you don't know that you're making a mistake, it's a little bit different. You go, oh, okay, I know what I did wrong. But when you know what you're doing wrong, is it still a mistake?
No.
And so that's the part that I'm saying. Like,
it can be, two things can be true, but at the same time, you knew better.
You knew better.
That's basically what you're saying, because you can do, I think if something happens and you didn't mean for that to happen,
true,
then it's like, okay, that was a mistake.
Absolutely.
But you knew that this was a actual, if you weren't even over here, this couldn't be a result.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know this could be an outcome from your participation.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Because there's a difference, in my opinion, between an error in execution and an error in thinking. Right? Like if you go to try to do something that you've never done before,
and you
and you mess up, you made a mistake, but you were trying, right?
Right.
All your thoughts align with you doing it the right way, getting the right outcome. But if you go into that situation saying, maybe I shouldn't do this, this could potentially be a problem, and then it becomes a problem, well, you knew that the potential of it existed, but you did it anyway, right? And so what were you trying to do? Not go through the problem? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Or trying to outwit the problem or the potential of those situations? Once again, I think when you win at most things in life, you feel like you're going to win at everything.
Everything.
So when you're a person who wins all these golf tournaments, just using it for an example, you know what I mean? Well, I figured out how to win those. I'm going to figure out how to get out of this. When I figure out how to do this thing over here, well, I figured out how to do that. I'm a winner. That's what I do. I just figure it out. And I think that what we forget in life is that we're going to learn a lesson. I just don't want the misunderstanding of the part where these guys have both went to rehab to go and get help for their situations, because our community already frowns upon the concept of therapies and rehabs and all these things because they're often associated with some kind of dependency. If you got to go to rehab, it's because you got some kind of, some form of an abuse problem or a situation.
Now, let me ask you this.
What's up?
Did Donald Trump make a statement about
no? No. And if I was his publicist, he would never. No. Now, mind you, this is done.
This is why I'm saying this.
This is done. I have not seen one statement that he allegedly made that he was on the phone with him or not. But I don't anticipate that he would. And I already seen where a lawyer said it's not about him pardoning. He can't pardon him on a DUI situation because they already tested that situation to confirm said situation. You know what I mean? It's not pardoning anything. You know what I mean? So my thing is that you wanted to save him before it hurt him.
Yeah.
That's what my mind is. Right? Even if it was him on the phone and he got him out of that situation, does he make him better? No, he don't make his decision make him better. He just saved him out of a situation that could have tripped him up. That don't make him make better
after
decisions.
that is what makes you better.
And that's what I'm saying. So this right here, I hate to say it, but this mishap may make him better. May make him have better decisions.
Good. And I hope it does.
You know what I mean? So
because this one done already.
Yeah. Crazy. I know what you mean.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, but it's just that time. It was like, yeah, because this one done already.
Yeah. No, man.
Okay.
I'm saying this situation was done already with Tiger.
I just don't want that to be lost in the sauce. Like if you out there and you need help, you need to go get some rehab, go to rehab for whatever. It ain't got to just be about no substance abuse issues or whatever. Get some therapy, get some counseling, get some help in certain situations because of the fact that, you're trying to manage something. even though you may be having success over here, that don't mean that you need to ignore this thing over here because you're having success.
Right.
You know, sometimes you got to look at the situation and say, how do I get in front of this potentially being more damaging?
Right.
Where these brothers, I think, unfortunately, because they had access to so many different things and can do it in so many different ways, they threw that by the wayside, and now they're forced to change. Don't wait to be in positions where you got to be forced to change. Change before that comes.
You know you need to do it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We'll get into some questions.
Yeah. This is another episode of Good Questions, where P's going to ask me a series of questions, and maybe I have an answer, maybe I won't. I don't know, right? Let's go and see.
He would think about his point. He'd know he's going to have some answers. Maybe, you know, I don't know.
What does it bother you?
If you were a head coach of a youth league basketball team,
Okay.
what would you teach them about wins and lessons? No, I'm sorry, wins and losses. What would you teach them about them? Because you know how sometimes they say coaches need to coach their players through all of it. They need to learn how to coach them up through the wins, coach them up through the losses.
You want to know the difference?
How would you coach them? Like what would you teach them? What would you teach them in the concept of wins and losses?
First of all, I make them understand that the outcome is guaranteed, either one or the other. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Either you gonna win or you gonna lose.
Okay. Coach
Right.
E. This is Coach E breaking it down.
Right. Yes. Right. Okay. In the win, celebrate it, but no, you got to do it again. And the only way you're gonna do it again is by putting in work.
Okay.
In the loss, own it. But when you own it, learn from it. So go back and watch the film in the loss.
Okay.
To see where you
like
missed and messed up at, because that will teach you what you need to work on.
Like it, bro.
That's it.
Yeah. I think that, I imagine, man, 12, 13 years old.
But always appreciate it.
That's a fact. I imagine 12, 13 years old, man, you're looking at your head coach and he's coached you to the point where you are, wherever you are in your season or whatever. And I've had good coaches.
Yeah.
And coaches have a way of teaching you things even when you don't know you're being taught. Right? And that to me is what shapes the mind for a lot of things later in life. Right? Because everybody's not going to be a pro athlete. But they may remember that coach that told them about wins and losses. And wins and losses apply to so many aspects of life. You know what I mean? Wins and losses in terms of job opportunities, relationships, all kind of things. But it's certain things, like me and you will take certain things that we heard Dad say, and we apply it to so many different things. Like, you know what I mean? The more you know, the less you do, the more you make. And we can take that to so many different things. But when he said it, we didn't know, fast forwarding into the time now, that we would apply it in so many aspects of our life.
Yeah.
And there's coaches that I've had, man, and they've said things just about, because they help shape your character.
Right.
You got to think, the person that has an impact on how you treat wins and losses in life is a very important person. Because you're going to encounter that your whole life. Wins and losses. How you come back from those situations. Yeah, it's a bunch of cliches. It's not about winning or losing, it's how you play the game. Some coaches may say that's cool, some other coaches say that's not true. For whatever reason.
Right.
Or they may turn around and they say, you know what I mean, if you go out there and give it and leave it all out on the field, then you can't feel no certain type of way about what. I ain't gonna say you can't feel no certain type of way, then you shouldn't, because you went out there and you did everything the right way. It just wasn't your day. And that right there, that piece as well. If you turn around and you make their statement about it just wasn't your day. It just wasn't your day. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean tomorrow can't be your day. And I think if we teach those things, especially that's why I said a youth coach, I think that it carries on for them in life in general.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay. Have we allowed status and wealth to cloud our expectations on how we should conduct ourselves in society?
It shouldn't, but I believe some people did. Like Tiger in this situation, I do believe that. I mean, because again, he has so many options. Okay, I'm shit faced. I'm done.
Right.
I'm going out to hang out and drink. It's a big possibility that somebody need to be on standby.
Absolutely.
Or come with me and just hang out.
Yeah.
Or call a car service.
Absolutely.
You're Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. In his brain, it said, I don't want nobody to know.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Yeah. Or even down to Gino.
Yeah.
Just about that. Had nothing to do with no alcohol, had nothing to do with none of that. Made a poor judgment.
Yeah.
Poor judgment.
Because it can happen.
41 years as a coach. 41 years. And even 40 at this point in your career, in your tenure as a coach.
Right.
There's certain things that you didn't hold. He's still human.
Right. He's still human. That's what I'm saying.
He's still human. I'm not taking that part from him. But what I'm saying is you've won probably more than you've lost.
Right.
And you would think at this point in your life, understanding, because remember the question was about have we allowed status and wealth to cloud our expectations on how we should conduct ourselves in society. You know what I mean? We have to understand that if we are privileged and blessed to be in the public eye, that we should treat it like we are privileged and blessed to be in the public eye.
Yeah.
And be able to show people that even in the midst of defeat, there's a right way of doing things and there's a wrong way of doing things.
The lesson.
And that's the lesson, right? That's the lesson. But it's also giving a person, we talk about practical. I'm giving you an example. I'm showing you. You know how they say actions speak louder than words. If I talk to you about losing and how to conduct yourself in the event that you lose, and I'm trying to convince you on how you should carry yourself, but when I'm in that very position and I don't do it, now the rest of your word falls apart. Because you ain't even holding up to the standard that you expect of me for yourself.
Yep. You ain't giving me the best that you got.
So, you know what I mean? Or you're not even setting a good example. It's like,
Balls.
Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy.
Damn.
That's crazy. Unless you're talking about Anita Baker.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew, saved him. But
off the glass.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? But even the situation of, like back in the day when they used to say, do as I say, not as I do. And they don't practice that element of it. It's like you say a whole lot of stuff that I don't see you doing.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words.
Absolutely. So if that's what's going to be the case, then make sure that when you get ready to go and you're in these positions, make sure the lesson is being taught.
Right.
Take that part of it and that human side of you, try to put it in check and make sure that you, with that opportunity that you have, you make the best examples. You know what I mean? Last one. We'll do this. How are you competing against yourself? In what ways do you want to be better?
It's crazy because being consistent in everything, not just some things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now they say how you do anything is how you do everything.
Right. But you got to understand that I think sometimes you get in your own, I get in my own head because you got to build consistency. So you set out and might say, for example, okay, I'm going to the gym every day. And then if you miss a day, you're going to go back.
Yes.
I ain't been doing that lately. Okay, I missed a day. I'm definitely going tomorrow.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, like, again, like this morning, because I went Saturday. Yeah, I went Saturday, but I didn't go, Easter. So I got up early Monday and went.
Okay.
Got right back to it. Now, I may miss tomorrow, but if I do, I'm definitely there by Wednesday. So I'm just making that a routine, but that's how I have to build the consistency. So that's something, it's funny that you asked that question because that's something I actively...
Compete against yourself, right?
Right now, but I actively started. That's what I wanted to do when you said it was something. What was the exact question? If you was something you wanted to work on yourself with, right?
In terms of competition, how are you competing against yourself
right.
in what ways do you want to be better?
Right. That's what I mean. So build consistency. So I'm battling against that. You know what I mean right now.
Yeah, just so consistency to me, bruh, is so crazy because a lot of people would think, what's the toughest part about being consistent? Everybody got different reasons. There ain't no one particular thing that makes being consistent tough. You know, first and foremost, anybody that's responsible for more than just themselves, that's a challenge within itself, just period. Because You're trying to, I think when it's just you, I'm not going to say that you don't have any excuses, but in my opinion, it's a different type of excuse.
Right.
Because it's just you. You know what I mean? But I think that if you want anything bad enough, you will find out how to, regardless of whatever things may try to derail you, you will figure out how to still get it done. Maybe it doesn't happen at 5 a.m. Maybe that workout now is at 9 a.m. Or maybe it's at 1 p.m. You know what I mean? Most people that we do know are going to realize that life is going to life. But at some point or another, I'm going to still need to be committed to doing this situation over here. I compete with myself on a lot of different things. Sometimes you don't even realize you're competing. Sometimes you can do some things, man, and you be like, yo, I could have been better than that. To me, I think that that's good. When you look at something and you critique yourself, you say, yeah, I did well on that, but I could have did better. I could have did better. Whatever that situation is, I think as long as you possess a desire to do better, you will. I think that once you stop looking at yourself, critiquing yourself, and having a desire to do better, you'll become complacent. You'll stop trying. Good will be good enough. Great will never be on your radar. And you'll continue to move forward that way. So I think, competitively, you against yourself, you can't escape yourself. You can't elude yourself. If you give up, you're giving up on you, which means you're giving up on the concept of being better. So I think all of those things are different. I just think that what we got to remember is, in the same concept of building up any bank, pennies eventually become dollars. So even small increments of anything eventually become a larger payoff. But if you don't save or try at nothing, then you'll never be any more than what you currently are.
Amen.
So that's my take on that situation. Definitely, as far as me competing against myself, sure I do. I compete against the mindset that every day is going to be the same day, and that some days it may be pennies, some days it may be quarters, and some days it may be dollars. But every day I'm going to contribute.
That's it.
So that's what I'm just trying to digest. You can take us out of there, bro.
That was another episode of good questions. And this has been episode 231 right here at the Porch Podcast. You can see this episode and all the episodes. I'm sorry, hear this episode. I said see.
You see him?
Yeah, you still can see them though.
Yeah.
But you can hear all these episodes on all your favorite podcast and streaming sites like iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, anywhere you hear your podcast. P, tell them where they can see us.
You can see us each and every week right here on our YouTube channel at The Porch Podcast. Please remember, if you have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, leave comments as we respond to each and every last one of them, and, of course, share. I want to leave y'all with this before we get ready to get out of here, man. Last quote, something new. With a little twist and put it on the end of it. A winner is motivated. I'm sorry, I already said the winner is motivated. Okay. The greatness of a man is not how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. Once again, the greatness of a man is not how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. That's by Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
Be a difference, y'all. Wins and lessons. You don't have to claim a loss. Once you start claiming losses, you start thinking that things are gone and unattainable. Wins, you collect them, and you keep moving towards being a better version of yourself each and every time that you compete with anything, and just starting with you.
Right.
Make sure you out there being your best, doing your best, and great things will follow, man. As we say each and every week, we realize that you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you. This has been episode number 231, and we will see y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe and be blessed, family. All right, y'all. Peace.
Who on the porch?
Let's go.